Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Acer SFG16 N23C7. Alright, so there's a bunch of model numbers on here. I'm not sure which one is the exact one. There's also SFG16-71-51ZN. Alright, anyways, we're going to be using a T6 or Torque 6. You can also use the security bit kind if you don't have a regular T6. So this is a T6H with a little hole in it, but it doesn't really matter. We just got to remove all the screws from the bottom. Alright, just get them out. You want to keep them in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. The way I do that, I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we got 3 there, 3 here, and then 4 down here. There is a battery reset button here, so if for some reason your computer's just not turning on or something, you can try using that, pushing that little button with a little folded out paper clip or a pin or a needle or something, and hold that down for about 15 seconds. If you're lucky, sometimes that'll get it to turn back on. Alright, anyways, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then comment and like them as well, because that's what the YouTube algorithm likes to see. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and finish getting out this last screw and then see how we can pop open the bottom cover. This is my first time opening this model. So yeah, I'm going to see if resetting the battery, because right now the monitor doesn't come on. So I'm going to press and hold that using a little SIM eject tool. And again, you hold this for about 15 seconds. So let's hold it for a bit longer. All right. Okay, I think that's already been long enough. So we'll go. I don't think that's going to fix the screen issue. But yeah, actually, let's go ahead and open it and at least check the battery first. Okay, so there's a gap here. What I'm going to try is, like on other models, is get my fingernails in there and then push with my thumbs on the palm rest and see if that will pop the bottom cover out. Okay, and it looks like it works. So you don't want to press on the touchpad, okay, because you can damage that. So we're just going to push on the palm rest area. All right, and there you go. You can see this whole part is coming out. We're going to close it up now. And now that we got this side open, we kind of get our hand in there, and I'm pushing with my thumb down as I pull up with my other fingers. Sometimes you have to run a fingernail or pry tool along the edges, but it looks like just pulling up on this slightly kind of got that up. Let's see, the back is still kind of stuck, so let's see if I hold down from the hinge area, work my way further back here and pull up. Okay, and nope, that's kind of stuck. So let's see, how are we going to get this piece off? Okay, sometimes it helps to kind of pull this cover like either towards this side or towards this side, this side, and while you're kind of like wiggling and pulling it up, and there we go. All right, so that's what it looks like inside. Okay, not really much to look at. Let's see here. I'm curious. I hope it's just something came a little bit loose, but I'm not sure. All right, so first things first, we're gonna disconnect the battery, which connects right here up to here. Let's actually get a thumbnail. So I'm gonna just center this here, and then hopefully we can get a good thumbnail. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just quickly kind of go over what's inside the computer, but I'm not really gonna take it all apart. It looks like there's no removable RAM. The RAM is very likely underneath this cover, but soldered into place. All right, and we're gonna disconnect the battery, because usually when you work on anything screen related, it's very important that you disconnect the battery. So I peeled up that tape. Let's zoom in here. Okay, it looks like the battery has 2 places where it's connected. We're just going to disconnect it from the motherboard end here. So it has little wings on this connector. And usually what I do is, if you can kind of wiggle and pull towards yourself, but if that doesn't work, you can kind of just push side to side and it should walk itself out. As you can see, that connector came out very easily. And if you're wondering, the battery model number is right there. So AP22ABN. All right, there's also this number, but I think the main one is that. Okay, this is a 5570 milliamp hour, 65 watt hour battery. Okay, I'm not sure why. Oh, the rated capacity here is 5407 milliamp hours, 63.1 watt hours. Okay, anyways, let's zoom out a bit because it's hard to see anything here for you guys. All right, and after disconnecting the battery, you do want to open up the laptop and then press and hold the power button for 15 seconds to drain any residual power. All right, so we're just going to hold it for about 10 more seconds. And then we should be good. All right, so again, this is very important, especially if you're messing with the screen. I don't know if the screen, sometimes it's damaged on the other end. So I'm gonna actually check this cable. So this has a little flip latch here. Let me zoom in again. So this has a flip latch. You flip that metal tab up, then you can go ahead and pull this back. I'm gonna try and just reseat this cable because if that works, I don't wanna have to pull the whole screen out, okay? All right, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and reconnect the battery and see if we have any luck here with the screen coming on. Right now the screen stays completely black and it works fine with an external monitor. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. All right, so get the battery all the way in. They did color it blue. Oops, sorry, was I out of view? They did color this blue so you know that if you see the white of the battery connector, then it's not plugged in all the way. All right, I probably should at least show you a little bit of the inside components here. Let's actually lift the battery up, but other than that, I'm gonna leave all the other components in place, okay? So let's go ahead and get these two screws. Oops, sorry, let's zoom out here. Okay, so we're gonna get the two screws out. I removed this one. This is using a JIS1 screwdriver. Now we'll remove the second screw. And I think that's all that's holding it. So you can see we can lift this up. And I want to be careful because it's still connected, so don't want to try and pull it too far away. Here you have the keyboard backlight connector, keyboard connector here. Next one is touchpad, trackpad, and then this small one is for this Hall effect sensor here. So I'm just showing underneath, and yeah, you can see there's one antenna here, the white one, and then the other antenna here. Those are for the Wi-Fi. Okay, anyways, I'm going to flip this back over, put this back into place here. Oh, what just happened? Oh, the tape kind of stuck itself. All right, so we're just going to put the battery screws back in. Again, this is a keyboard backlight connector. To remove these connectors, they have flip latches. You can flip them up like that, and then you can pull the cable out. But again, I'm going to leave them in place because the only issue right now is the screen, and I don't want to risk making anything worse. Okay, so keyboard backlight, keyboard connector, touchpad, trackpad, and Hall effect sensor. That's the one that detects when the screen's open or closed. You also have this CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery here underneath the M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD. One screw, it pops up slightly and you can pull it out. If you're not sure how to do that, I do have videos showing that on other laptop models. All right, we also have the speaker here, which disconnects just like the battery. And it's just like that. It's held in with these rubber things so you can actually just lift it out. All right, so there's one speaker. You have the other speaker here, and then you have this cable connecting this board to the motherboard. This board has the activity lights for the battery and other stuff, the micro SD card slot, headphone or 3.5 millimeter auxiliary port audio jack. You got the USB port here. This looks like the fingerprint reader board. All right, and then the power button. So the power button connects into this board, and then this board has this cable coming out, right? Yeah. And then this has this cable coming out to this board for the fingerprint reader. You got two fans in here, side by side. CPU is right here, soldered to the motherboard, not replaceable. I don't see a dedicated GPU. I think this is like a combined, because usually when they have the heatsink going out here, it's cooling down like other components for the GPU. All right. We got there's one fan connector here. I don't see where the second one is. This a fan connector? Doesn't look like one. Maybe, oh, I guess it is a fan connector and they just covered it with tape. You got the wireless card here. To remove that, the antennas, you go from the tail and just pull straight up. I don't want to mess with them because sometimes the solder is weak and those antenna connectors fall off. All right. Attached to the LCD LVDS connector is this little one, which usually is for like the camera and microphones and other stuff in there. Okay, anyways, we got everything reconnected, so let's go ahead and power this up and see if we have any luck. This one, you can only upgrade the SSD. There's not really anything else upgradable here. So let's see if we got any life on this. I'm going to be pressing F2, and it looks like there's no life. So I'm going to go take this, plug it into an external monitor. We're going to probably have to remove this screen and see if we can pop the LCD out. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. So we're going to have to disconnect the battery again, and then let's see if the cable is loose on the other end. If it's not loose on the other end, then we're going to have to find out if we can get a replacement screen and see if that will fix the issue. All right, battery's disconnected again. And again, you do want to open the laptop and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. All right, so let's hold that again, a few seconds. Alright, okay, I think that's good enough. Let's close this up. Alright, so the screen actually only has 2 connectors going into it. So we're going to go ahead and flip this latch and pop that cable back out. Okay, and hopefully it's not from this cable being damaged. Sometimes it can be. Alright, to remove this connector, you just got to push like back and forth, side to side, and that should wiggle this connector out just like that, and there you go. All right, now we got that. We can go ahead and move that out of the way, and then we're gonna move this out of this little piece here. Okay, make sure you don't just yank it and then damage the cable on that part. Okay, so to remove the screen, what we gotta do, the easiest way is I gotta open this up about 90 degrees, and then we're gonna actually hang the keyboard or the screen over the edge of the desk here, just like that. If you want, you can open it more than 90 degrees, but usually 90 degrees works. All right, we're going to remove the 2 screws here and the 2 screws here. And once we've done that, we should be able to lift the screen out. Okay, and hopefully the LCD, or whatever you want to call it, I believe the customer said it's an OLED screen. Hopefully that will be removable, or at least we can get to the back to check the cable. If it's not removable, then we're going to have to find a replacement of the entire back. All right, once you got those screws out, you can see we just lift this straight up, and here we have the screen panel. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and see if we can pop out the bezel. Let's zoom in. Oops. Okay, so here we have the screen. Okay, all right. We're going to see if we can pop this out. Let me see. I'm going to get like a thumbnail there. Alright, so anyways, we're going to get under here, and what I do is I pull up, and we're basically rotating the bezel this way. You can hear it clicking. Okay, alright, I'm going to have to be careful. Again, this is the first time I've ever opened this model before, so I'm not 100% sure how this bezel comes out, but it seems to be coming out really simply, just like the other ones I work on. So basically, again, we are rotating it, pulling up from the center. Okay, so we got these sides out. Came out really easily. It doesn't seem like there's any adhesive here either, which I really like. Okay, you can see it's popping out. Watch me end up hitting some adhesive strip, but so far, actually, looks like there's no adhesive holding this, so very nice. Okay, they trust the clips enough that they don't glue it into place. Looking at this, it looks like a completely bare OLED panel. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get a replacement of this. Okay, so it helps to pull this inwards this way as you're kind of pulling up from the center. Okay, just like this. Come on, let go. Uh-oh, looks like we might have hit a snag here with something, an adhesive or I don't know what, but this side doesn't seem to want to come up easily. Why is this side stuck? Okay, I don't know why, but this specific spot is stuck really strong. Also, I don't know if the customer tried opening this before, so if yours is difficult to remove, keep that in mind. I'm not sure if customers did anything else to their computers before bringing it. Alright, so we're getting this and we're sliding it up that way as we kind of pull. And you can see most of it's coming out. Just this, I don't know why that bottom corner is stuck. I don't know if they put some glue there or what's going on. Let's try and pull it up harder. We have no other choice here. We do have to take this out. So, oh my God, what is going on there? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the clips right in this corner here, but they don't want to come out. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They must have put some glue or something in this corner. It doesn't want to come out at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, is there more stuff holding this side? Because this side doesn't want to come up either. So I don't know what's going on with this corner. I think, did that clip? Okay, that clip's still there, so. Right? Yeah, it'll still clip in. But what is going on down here? Why can't I pop this out? Come on. I hear it clicking. Oh my goodness. I feel like this plastic bezel is probably going to end up breaking just trying to get this thing out. Something is wrong here. I don't know what's going on with this. Is it a booby trap? Let's try getting a thin little tool in there and see if we can move the clip out of the way, but I don't know if this tool will even fit. Yeah, no, it doesn't really fit in there. The gap is too small. So, I don't know what's going on here. It's getting all gross. Where's that? Oh, was there some adhesive? How did I get adhesive on my knuckle? That's weird. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna pull harder, I guess. There we go. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with that. It doesn't look like any of the clips got damaged. I don't know what's holding it. Actually, is this clip? I don't know if there was a clip there. Oh no, that's what it looks like on both sides. So yeah, all the clips survived. I don't know why that side was so difficult to remove, but it was. All right. Since there's some gross adhesive on the screen, I'm going to try and clean it up with isopropyl alcohol, though I don't know if it matters. If the screen doesn't work, then we're doing this for nothing. But anyways, let's clean that off. Okay. Okay. So here we have the pretty thin LCD here. You can see the cable, how it connects there. And it looks like we have stretch release adhesive here. So you can actually see the stretch release adhesive here, as well as down here. And down here, it actually has little tabs that you can grab. So let me see if I can somehow show this. So if you look in there, you see that? The black part of it, you can pick that up and then you can pull that. The stretch release adhesives, you actually need to pull it straight down. So following parallel with the screen. So I'm going to do that and then, yeah, let's see. I'm going to use some small thin tweezers here, some like needle nose, whatever you want to call these tweezers, I don't know. All right, see if I can grab it with that. Okay, no, they don't grip strong enough. Can I grip it? Okay, there we go. Then once you pull it, you can grab that. And we're gonna just very slowly pull this. So you wanna do this very slowly because if you pull too fast and this thing tears, then you're screwed. That screen's gonna be stuck in there forever. If it's not stuck in there forever, there's a small chance that, I mean, you can probably like pry it out, but then you're gonna end up damaging the LCD for sure. Okay, so if you need to save the screen, then yeah, you want to be extra careful. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to just pop out like that, so I don't know if we can save this adhesive. It all like tangled onto itself, so most likely this adhesive is going to be trash. But we'll set it aside for now, and we might use at least a little portion of it. So it looks like there are 4 sides that we do need to remove this adhesive from. So let's go ahead and get the one from down here as well. Okay. Same thing, grab that. I was under the assumption that the adhesive went all the way up and then it's actually sticking out here, but I was wrong. So it's just a small tab here. Okay, so pull that, then let this go back close, grab the next, pull it again, keep your other hand to help guide this, kind of pinching it a little so that way if it slings out you can grab it, hopefully. Alright, but this adhesive is actually super thin, and nope, okay, it keeps sticking to itself. So we're just going to get rid of that adhesive because it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to salvage it. Alright. This adhesive isn't super important. It doesn't really do too much. So you can actually use a small piece of any double stick adhesive, but don't make it too thick because otherwise getting the screen out will be very difficult. Okay, and actually getting this stretch release adhesive out is actually difficult. So we're going to grab that, and okay, let's again pull it straight back. And again, it's probably all just going to stick to itself, so yeah, this tape that they use, it's super thin, so it's very difficult to, I don't think you can save it. Alright, so we're going to grab this one and do the same thing. Come on, give me that tape. Alright, same thing, just pull it straight back. And you want to try and keep it as flat as possible, but be careful for any sharp edges. Alright, anyways, that's hopefully all the adhesive, so we're going to be careful. I'm going to kind of tilt the screen and get ready to catch it. Oh wow, actually this thing they installed, it's the bare layers, so you have to be extremely careful with this. And it seems like the camera cable connection is stuck up here as well. So they attached it to the back of the screen, so we're gonna have to unthread this from here and see if we can disconnect that cable. So let's zoom in here and see if we can disconnect this somehow. This is, I've never seen a connector like this before, so oh, okay, never mind. It's one of those, oops, sorry. It's one of those Lego press down connectors. I thought it was like a pull connector. Good thing I didn't pull on it. But basically it pushes down like that, and to pop it out, you just get under there with like a fingernail or a little tool that's not metal. You don't want to have some conductive thing damage those circuits. All right, anyways, let's zoom back out. Okay, and now we can rotate this, and we can have access to the back of this OLED or LCD panel, whatever you want to call it. All right, you want to be careful because it's super thin, and this adhesive is kind of coming up. That's kind of strange. So I don't know if this was worked on before, but I'm gonna peel this off. So slowly, one corner at a time, peeling it. Then we can flip this latch down. It also has one of those flip latch connectors, and we can kind of pull this out. Okay. And I don't think this cable was loose at all. Oh, we do need to peel this off, so be careful with this cable. You don't want to like crease it, so I'm just going to grab as close as I can to where the adhesive is and then kind of roll it somewhat to the side as I peel it down. Okay, and there we go. Here is the bare LCD. I don't know if this has been replaced before because it has one of these little stickers on it. But anyways, here is the model number if for some reason you need it. PNKL16006.003. I don't know which one's the actual model for this. I've never seen a model of a screen like this, but ATNA60BX03-0 maybe. And then there's also this super long one that I'm not going to read, but if you want, you can read it. Let me actually zoom in here so you can get a better view. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to try plugging this all back in and see if we have any luck. Again, in some cases the screen might be okay and it might just be a loose cable, but my guess is this thing is so thin it's probably toast. Like, look at this, the layers come apart here. You have access to this piece and it's sitting in this metal tray, and the metal tray has like the light diffuser and all that stuff in there. So yeah, I don't know, this is like way too thin, flimsy. I don't know whose idea it was to build it this thin like that, but okay. Bad idea. All right, we're gonna click this thing back down into place, just line it up and click it in. It does have somewhat of a satisfying like clicky feel. We're gonna guide this thing back over here. All right, guide that all in. And we have this. Okay, so the cable kind of just sits like that. But if we get the screen, it's probably going to pull it back up. So anyways, we're going to get this piece now. And there we go. It would kind of help if you have someone to help you like hold this up. Maybe I can use the isopropyl alcohol bottle or something. Let's see if that will hold it up, kind of. Or you can probably even use another laptop if you have one. I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna have to like hold this latch and then try and get that plugged in. Oh, my pets are fighting with each other. And the lighting, I don't know why, is so bad on here, but alright, let's see how we can get this piece in. It's very, very tricky. Can we unroute this cable a little bit, maybe? Let's see if I can unroute this cable. That's gonna be tough. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to just try and figure out how to do it this way. The problem is the hinge is there, so I do have to raise it up. And yeah, this is like, this is super difficult. How would I do this? Okay. Yeah, this is very tough. I'm gonna see if I can unthread the cable here a little bit, and that might make it a little easier. Okay, so we'll unthread this, and now it's just like, oops, sorry. And now it's just like hanging loose like this. That's kind of crazy. All right, and I guess if that's the case, we can actually unthread the whole thing and then just connect the screen part first. All right. Alright, is that how they designed this to be replaced? That's a crazy design. It's way too thin. Alright, so my guess is the panel is dead because of how fragile it is. Okay, we're going to pull this cable back in, latch that back down, get this adhesive, stick that back down. And actually, this is all wrinkly. I don't know if somebody worked on this before. But yeah, alright, there we go. So we got that. This cable, make sure that part goes up in front, and then we're going to get this down here. Zoom out, get this junk out of the way. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and get this panel kind of lined up here. Make sure this cable goes back in there. Hi, Venus. Put this back in there. Okay, push that in. Good. Alright, and this screen, it's again super thin. It's kind of scary to even work with it. Alright, then we'll get this little cable plugged back in. Venus, why are you stepping on all that stuff? Get this lined up. Okay, and get that lined up. It's tricky to line this stuff up, it's so tiny. Okay, click that in, perfect. Then just guide this cable around, just like that. Make sure you don't damage it. Alright, make sure that's there, and then we'll drop the LCD or OLED panel back into place. Just like that. Let's go ahead and put the bezel back in. So the bezel, basically just line the frame up. Okay, make sure this cable is coming out through there. Okay, and then pull that, pinch this in, make sure it clicks into place. Get all of this lined up and click that down. Okay, so, that's a little tricky. Okay, so I'm basically doing the opposite, kind of same thing, rotating it, but this time I'm pushing the clips down into place instead of pulling the clips up and out. Okay. Right. And here you'll see how pointless that adhesive is that we pulled out earlier. Okay, is this part gonna be stuck? Come on, okay, there we go. All right, and then we'll click that in. Again, I'm actually pushing towards the outside so the thing rotates that way. And same thing along the top. I'll have to see if I can even find a replacement of this screen. This screen, I feel, is so thin and fragile that I don't think companies are going to even want to ship it like a bare screen like that. I feel shipping a bare screen like that has too much risk, and probably 99.9% of people that are going to install this are just going to end up cracking the screen and then telling the company that it's broken. So I have a feeling they're not going to even make those screens available. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this all back into place. Be very careful dropping this back down. And like I said, the adhesive holding the LCD panel in place or OLED screen in place is like pointless. There's no reason for them to put that thing there. The bezel itself is good enough. It holds it in place. It's not going anywhere, and the only time the screen is gonna pop out is if you like drop the laptop, and the screen is so thin that if you drop the laptop and it popped out, something like that, if it was strong enough to pop the screen out, then your screen would have been broken just from that drop anyways. So the customer was telling me like they'd even be okay accepting with a LCD screen, but yeah, that's not an option. So at least I don't think it is. If somebody knows if that's possible, let me know, but I don't think so, especially not in the same display assembly. All right, so let's go ahead and get this back in. Make sure to route it back around here and be careful that it doesn't get damaged on the sharp edges. Line that back up, pull that into place, click that down, get this lined up, and pinch that into place. Good. All right, now we got all of that. Let's go ahead and get this cable reconnected for the battery and see if we have any life or if it's going to be destined as a dumb desktop for the rest of its life. All right, pinch this back in. Good. Tape that back down, and let's press the power button and see what happens. Oops, sorry, I wasn't even showing what I was doing. I plugged the battery back in, and I mean, I showed that earlier, so you should know how to do it. Okay, let's open this up and see if we have any luck. And just like I thought, it's still completely dead. So we're just gonna put the bottom cover back on. I'm gonna see if I can find a replacement screen for this. If we do, then it's basically gonna be the same process to replace it. I have a feeling this screen is gonna be super expensive. Yeah. Anyways, click all of this back down. I just heard the Windows 11 boot sound, so the computer did boot up. Anyways, we're just going to put it all back together. So we'll take the T6 back and let's get all the screws in and we're good to go. Hopefully this video helped you out. Again, if it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And again, if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and really does allow me to continue making these videos for a living. And yeah, if you can't contribute that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then comment and like those as well. And yeah, let's get all these screws back in, but that's pretty much all there is to it. And thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. You're welcome to stay as I get these last few screws in, but likely this is the end of it. Alright. Yeah, the fans are going crazy on this thing. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Let's drop this back.